Put some respect on my name. Respect on my name. You understand me? I ain't. You nigga. Put some respect on my name.
You already know what it
Put some
is.
respect on my name.
Dave Chappelle just exposed the industry.
Show at another network. Yeah. And why doesn't a slave run from one plantation to another plantation? Because the master over there might be nicer. My God, man, I was trapped. You know what? Tell you the truth. I've even thought about coming back and doing another Chappelle show. Well, but if I do, I can't call it Chappelle Show because my name and likeness is being used by them in perpetuity throughout the universe. It's in the contract. You're not supposed to do this in my business. I'm up here doing something that nobody else in this business has the balls to do. I'm telling you something that you need to know. I'm trying to explain to you what you're seeing. You don't understand what you're seeing. I am publicly flogging a network. And I know that this network niggas, they watching me and they saying, why are you doing this so publicly? Doesn't feel good to be flogged publicly. Oh, believe me, I know. I know exactly how that feels. When I quit my show, they said I was crazy. What was crazy about it? I just didn't want to do it anymore. They said I smoked crack. That's impossible. I was a devout Muslim. I didn't smoke or drink. But I do now, bitch, because you ruined my fucking life.
Does young ad support Shaitan Devil?
Crazy.
Where's a goat chain? Wait for it. Goat head is what the devil looks like in the satanic religion. Don't believe me? Look it up. Stay woke, people. Listen up, was he trying to warn us?
You wanna be a boy, you wanna be a man. You wanna stay alive, better do what you can. So beat it, just beat it. You have to show them that you're really not scared. You're playing with your life, this ain't no truth or dare. They'll kick you, then they beat you, then they'll tell you it's fair. So beat it. But you wanna be bad, just beat it.
Did Virgin actually go to space?
I'm an adult in a spaceship. With
Wait for it.
Wonderful adults looking
Look
down
at these
at the
clowns.
beautiful
Would you be messing around like that and not look out to space?
If we can do this,
Looks like a TV screen.
just imagine
On
what
left.
you can do. Hey!
Wind tunnel with screens. Like and follow for part 2. Yes, I
So
confirms
basically,
he
I'm
sold
now
his
part of the
soul.
Illuminati. I've already sold my soul to the devil.
Oh look, a viral video about Freemasonry. I wonder if they'll get anything right.
Spoiler alert, not really.
Freemasonry is hiding the true world religion, Satanism.
You see this cross? Did not have to give this up when I became a Freemason.
Every initiate must swear a vow of secrecy to never reveal the secrets of Freemasonry
That's true. This next part won't be.
under penalty of having their bodies severed in two and their bowels burned to ashes.
Now, I can't tell you exactly what's wrong with this, but I can tell you he left out a crucial piece of information. One that flips everything he's saying in this segment on its head.
This is the sign you do upon entering and exiting the ritual room while facing the Grand Master.
This one's subtle. Let me run back the key phrase here.
While facing the Grand Master.
While facing the what, Altian? You see, that's not what he's called. And surely, if Altian was a Freemason, he would know this.
As you move up the ranks of Freemasonry, the oaths of silence for taking each degree become more brutal.
Now, the glaring issue with that is that there were women in that slideshow, and Freemasonry is an entirely male fraternity. As for what he's saying towards the end there about the oaths of silence getting more brutal, again, he's leaving out crucial information.
Masonic rules clearly stipulate that the Lodge has the authority and obligation to uphold these mandates.
Not those mandates. That is not the kind of thing that the Lodge has the power to enforce.
As one climbs the ladder of power in Freemasonry, each degree requires more barbaric acts from the initiate.
No.
Humiliated and stepped on, drinking wine from a human skull.
14th century France called, they want their heresy accusations back. No, actually, this is exactly what King Philip III accused the Templars of. And you know why he did that? He wanted their money and he didn't like how much power they had. If you want to take a wild guess where a lot of these rumors about Freemasons came from, same exact place, the Catholic Church.
33rd degree Mason Manly P. Hall, who was named Freemason of the Century, wrote that Freemasonry is a religion.
Damn, I wish somebody had told me that when I joined. Maybe that's the kind of thing you figure out once you become Master Mason, the highest level in Freemasonry.
And that initiates are intentionally misled until they reach the highest levels.
Man, I wish somebody had told me when I reached the highest level. Yeah, degrees 4 through 32 and Mark Master Mason through Knights Templar are not above 3rd degree Master Mason. You can kind of think of them like merit badges.
Having a belief in a supreme being is required to become a Mason.
To be completely fair, he got that one right. Remember, kids, the Freemasons are an easy and convenient scapegoat to distract you from the real bad guys.
Secret societies you can never join. The Skull and Bones Society. Founded at Yale University in 1832, the Skull and Bones Society is a complete mystery. And although it's featured powerful men like William H. Taft and President George H. Bush and his son, what they meet about twice a week in the windowless room is a complete mystery. And they only choose 15 students a year from Yale to join. The Freemasons have a large part in American history, considering 13 out of the 39 men that signed the U.S. Constitution were Masons. Not much is known about the organization, but it's said they're very charitable, donating millions annually. And although membership is allowed to anyone, that doesn't mean they'll accept anyone. The Bavarian Illuminati was started by Adam Weishaupt on May 1st, 1776. The goal was to get away from organized religion and create a new form of illumination through reason. The group was later on outlawed and membership punishable by death. The Illuminati, one of the most talked about secret societies in history. If there's a war or something bad going on in the world, the Illuminati is said to be behind it. But let's talk about the facts and what history tells us. In a time when the church wielded an enormous amount of power and influence over people's lives, a man named Adam Weishaupt decided to challenge that idea. He believed that society shouldn't be governed by religious virtues and that knowledge shouldn't be restricted based on a religious prejudice. Thus, the Illuminati, or the Enlightened Ones, was formed. The order originally started with 5 members and 3 levels: Novice, Minerval, and Illuminated Minerval. The Illuminati became a safe space for people to practice free speech, debate religion, and politics. But as the order grew, they got away from their original purpose of being a secret. It wouldn't be long before Bavarian authorities would infiltrate the order and infiltrate some of their radical writings containing atheism and abortion, and secret societies were banned in 1785.
24th, 1948. 2 pilots with Eastern Airlines reported having seen a bright cylinder-shaped object while flying over Alabama. Apparently, they barely avoided a collision. Things were getting tense for military commanders. They ordered Project Sign to produce a report assessing the current state of the situation.
What we do know about Project Sign is that right from the beginning, analysts over at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Dayton, Ohio, were divided as to what UFOs meant. Some said, yes, I believe this is evidence of extraterrestrial, interplanetary aircraft. This was not necessarily a minority viewpoint. There were, however, others that said, no, that's impossible. It cannot be that. It must be something on the fringes of science that we don't yet understand. Now, what appears to have shaken the sign team up were a series of very important sightings that took place in the summer of 1948. One was in the Netherlands, and a few days later in the United States, in Alabama, one took place of seemingly an identical object. In both cases, it was an object that had a very exceptional speed, was seen clearly visually by trained pilots, and did things that aircraft aren't supposed to be able to do. The sign team apparently was very impressed by this and wrote what has been called the estimate of the situation. Now, we should state that no copy of the estimate has ever surfaced. I think that the evidence is good that it did exist. There are some very reputable people who have gone on the line to say, yes, I've read it, I know it's in it. Basically, the estimate was a document that the sign team wrote up that said, yes, UFOs are real, we believe they're interplanetary. This was a document that landed on the desk of Air Force General Hoyt Vandenberg. According to the story, Vandenberg said, I'm not going to accept this conclusion. Give me something different. Whereupon the sign team came back and gave him something different. And after that, the extraterrestrial thesis went out of favor among Project Sign.
Supposedly, after rejecting the initial conclusions of the estimate of the situation, which stated that the flying saucers could be extraterrestrial in origin, General Hoyt S. Van